nothing's changed for young Clem.
Well, speaking of Terrans, Maney, this guy down here is a guy that I am motivated to play Terran every single season I watch because he brings out the builds.
Oh, yes.
In the bottom left side, representing Invictus Gaming, it is none other than Coffee. And he's getting rushed.
He is indeed. This guy up here rushing, he's in the blue, which is kind of Cyan, and he's good at gaming. He's a good game gamer. He's from Good Game Gaming. His name is Cyan. And he is rushing a pylon across the map. That was an immediate proxy.
Yep, this is first gateway on the other side of the map. So this is the famous Max Packs build. Interestingly, he shows the probe, though. Okay, I guess, oh, no, that makes sense. The gateway's already down, doesn't really matter. So with this build order, you take a Nexus and a Cybercore at home while building 2 Zealots and then a Stalker to try and cancel your opponent's natural. Yep. Coffee doesn't scout at all, builds Commander in the low ground, you're happy. But you scout here, you see double gas, you go, not really ideal.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe you bank both Zealots, wait for the Stalker. Coffee might go for the low ground expand at, say, 2 minutes 20, something like that, before his Reaper realizes what's happening. And in that case, you can still force a cancel. So as Cyan, I think, be patient, hide your Zealots, bank it up, and hopefully Coffee gets a little greedy. Yeah,
indeed. The setup at home for Coffee looks like he has what he needs to do to well, actually this is still, he's pulled out of gas a little bit here, so he is still looking to fast expand by the looks of things, but of course factory before the CC. And just playing a little bit more conservatively here. Cybercore is back at home, Nexus is back at home, like you mentioned, this is the Mac Packs. The whole idea is to rush out a Zealot while macroing back at home, not an all-in, not like a dedicated proxy at all, but definitely, you know, I mean, dedicated in the sense that you're going to spend 150 minerals on a proxy gate, 100 minerals on a proxy pylon, and a Zealot. So it's like 2 Zealots, okay.
Yeah, 2 Zealots. And CC on the high ground. Coffee's fine.
Oh,
okay.
Knows.
I mean,
yep.
I say he's fine, but if a Stalker gets chronoed now, which it will, I mean, there is a reactive building, but there's nothing on top of it. Widowmine can help defend the ramp. Cyclone would be great. He sees a late Nexus, does Coffee, but it doesn't look that late. That's the thing about the Max Packs. It's kind of deceptive. You think, oh, is this just core before Nexus? But coming in here, he's going to realize something is up.
Yeah. I mean, plus side is he's going to get a probe kill, but the Reaper did not want to see what it saw. And back at home, he has not got any units.
2 Marines do start up. I feel like there was a slight delay on those Marines starting. They do not feel like they're on time. I think because of the bunker, he actually didn't have enough money straight away. Widowmine can borrow, needs to get that shot off and clear at least one of these Zealots out. You can see the Zealots do a bit of a spready there to try and minimize the damage. First 2 Marines will be out momentarily. Stalker does not go for the SCV building the bunker. So it looks like, actually, this is a great repair. The Stalker not really getting much damage. I think Cyan could have done a much better job with the focus fire on those Stalkers.
Yeah, I was actually kind of wondering why he wasn't going for the SCVs anywhere. Like, not for the reactor SCVs, repairing SCVs, not for the, you know, especially the bunker SCV. That was a priority target. Recall to bring the gateway unit back home. Looks like the Reaper's going to be fine, though. He's like, oh, but a little jump. Let's give a jump. Look at me go to the Protoss right there. Yeah, Coffee's got the Coffee's got the KD8 trigger fingers. I have those as well. I'm just like, quick, just blah, blah.
You have like in a Reaper duel in TVT, you just throw it to the side, like it's not even in the direction of their Reaper.
It's sending a message. It's not about hitting them with the KD8. It's sending a message. It's just spamming them around. Okay, Reaper gets picked off.
That's Queen's birthday and chucking some fireworks on the ground, man. Some firecrackers, you know, just trying to celebrate.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, okay. 4 Marines, 1 Widowmine. So a small little drop going to move across. Cyan's blink has just started, and he's used his recall.
Yeah.
Oh man, actually, yeah. Coffee knows this, so he can just boost right in. Go for it, YOLO.
Yeah, forced warp-ins here for Cyan, but until those extra units come back, he only has 1 gateway's worth of production back at home. Actually, he has 2 because the other one that's proxied. Widowmine burrows split on these workers. They try to bait the Widowmine shot into the Marines. Clever play there.
Oh, he's going to focus the battery down, but doesn't actually get anything, not even a single probe.
Wow, that's not worth at all.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's like you denied a tiny bit of mining. They're not the most expensive set of units to lose, but the moment you see the shield battery, I think you just leave the Widowmine, pick up with the Marines, and get out of there. Coffee definitely overstayed, and remember, we know Coffee for 2 things, crisp timing attacks and getting super, super excited when he's in a Protoss space. I'm telling you, there's Terran players that feel like they're on a timer, and then there's Coffee. Like, he sees an opening, especially against a guy like Cyan. Historically, he'll pick up and drop all 3 bases at once with his entire army. Like crazy high risk, high reward maneuvers. and he forces mistakes from the opponent while making his own mistakes, because he puts himself in positions which are impossible to multitask correctly, but he relies on his opponent making more mistakes than him because he's the guy who's on the offense. And it's not a bad way to play, but it creates some really scrappy situations.
Yeah, I have noticed that he hits the main like he's on like a huge sugar binge. He's just like he's down a bunch of pixie sticks and a liter of creaming soda, and boosts his medevac on in there. He's like, is that a Protoss main? Oh god.
Yeah, you could kind of sense the Terran adrenaline, can't you? Is that probe going to sack itself? Maybe just building some pylons. Stalker can just blink to bait the Widowmine. Nicely done. Very good micro by Cyan. Gets a Widowmine for freezies.
Really wanted that Raven, but of course the siege tank zoning here. Cyan's not silly. Yep, got to go for the pylon on the left side here. This is, a pylon that can be used later, but also just a really good spotting pylon. Having them on the edge of the maps there, if the Terran tries to hide something down the top left, which is very common for this spawn location, the Marines, or rather the pylons will see it here. The Marine is going for a walk for the Terran.
There should be a tank in this main base. I believe it's been left here this whole time. So I don't think Cyan can really get much. You can see Coffee's very responsible with his building placement. On the other hand, there's no Marines there. If the Stalkers dive, that's an easy tank kill.
And he just pulled 8 Marines off for a drop on the right side. All right, so Stalker's in range of that refinery, forcing a reaction from the Terran, a rotation of this tank for sure. I like this tank's position a lot more. These pylons for Cyan already paying off if he's looking at the mini-map. Medevac on the bottom right of the map.
Because Coffee likes to turtle till his timing attack, so these pylons and gateways are genius, dude. Cyan still has the very first gateway alive because Coffee likes to just camp, and then go for one big killer push. Cyan's punishing that. He's like, dude, I will see everything coming my way. I've got pylons, I've got gates. I'm going straight to Storm super greedily off just this handful of Stalkers. He's going to go 8-gate, charge lot Storm, but the drop in the main sneaking by, it seems like Cyan might not have realized that was there, even though it flew right over his pylon.
Yeah, it's going to depower Storm. No, Storm will finish just in time. Charge still powered by the pylon on the right.
The Stalkers. Okay,
Stalkers in the middle of the map getting recalled here.
Okay, the drop shouldn't get too much more damage. It definitely slows down some warp-ins. And does actually... Oh, not only does it slow down warp-ins, it depowers the next one as well. Uh-oh. Big mistakes right now for Cyan. Or not really mistakes, but Coffee finding an opening. If he can depower that again, this is huge. Yeah,
forced errors from Coffee. No cancel on either of those pylons either. And why would he? He really wants them to finish. Oh, Storm hitting the bio, but good control from Coffee. Rotates over. The healthcare is flying in for these Marines. And the tanks are doing a great job at keeping them safe as well. Those Stalkers got a chance in hell of coming anywhere near this bio right now.
And this one isn't even an all-in. Coffee has a third base coming up behind this, like finishing. And can he keep his tanks alive? Looks like the Stalkers will blink in forward. Auto turret goes down. Yeah, it's very expensive for Cyan.
Oh, does he even kill the tanks? He doesn't. Oh, that might be GG right there, Pig. That is absolutely massive damage, and he traded everything for those tanks, and they're still alive, and there's still more being rallied in. I think we're going to see Cyan tap pretty shortly.
Yeah, I think Cyan was just a little too late on his gateways in this map, and wow, Coffee, such good play. He has been steamrolling Protoss yesterday, and he crushes Cyan in the first map.
Yeah, his TVP is definitely looking quite solid. He had a very awkward follow-up drop with the 4 Marines and the Widowmine, which didn't do a whole lot, or anything really. But the follow-up, the defense against the Blink Stalkers, the main safe and sound is natural, tucked in like your favorite child. Not the other one, but your favorite child, tucked in really, really nicely. And even though Cyan did everything he could to try and get map awareness, dropping those pylons on the edge of the map, we even brought it up in the cast, just like these pylons are there not to warp things in, they're there to see medevacs, liberators, anything going around the edge of the map to harass the Protoss. At one drop that snuck through, 8 Marines with a medevac and a Dream managed to really shut down production in the main base.
Yep, it's the one you least expect when you think you've got the map on lockdown. It's that little tactical backstab that ends up doing massive damage, not only depowering charge temporarily in 2-3 gateways, it also pulled a High Templar away from the front, all of his attention and a lot of his units, which meant, of course, the army, which was not very big, moved right to his doorstep. Coffee moved out pre-stim shields, pre a lot of his army really being together, but he was allowed to because of that drop. This was beautiful execution by Coffee, and Cyan's gonna have to clean it up.
Indeed, a well-earned 1-0 lead, but Cyan absolutely can come back. We're gonna take a short break. When we return, let's see if we can tie things up, or if Coffee goes to the 2-0. See you after the break. G'day, StarCraft fans, and welcome back to the Chinese main event here for the DreamHack Masters Valencia Summer Season. I am Maynard, and with me is Pig, and you are watching Coffee versus Cyan, our first best of 3 of the night. We've got 2 more after this, but this one has already been... we've had map 1, which was pretty short, pretty convincing, and we're keen on map 2.
Absolutely, Maynard. We really are. It's going to be interesting to see what Cyan can do after. I thought it was a really good kind of mid-game setup. Thought this is the perfect way to play against Coffee, a 2-base Pushmaster, get out Storm, get out Charge Zealots. It counters the fact that he plays tanks every game. If you predictably do 2-base pushes with a Siege tank style, Charge Zealot Storm's going to counter that every day as long as you don't get surprised by 8 Marines in your main, depowering your charge and letting the push get across the map because it's an ambush style, right? It's kind of like playing Ling Bane. You catch them when the tanks are unsieged, you jump on them on the map when those Marines are clumped up, you drop the Storms on them. Didn't quite work out in game number 1.
No, not
this
really.
Man, dude, yeah, he just played too tight. He played too tight. And yesterday he looked like, he made Firefly look like he didn't have a chance. Today, stiffer opposition. If he can get the 2-0 here, it's really looking promising for him getting into that top 2. In the bottom right side, in the red, it is none other than Invictus Gaming's Coffee.
All right. He's a game Cyan. He's a good Cyan. He's a gaming Cyan. It is good game gaming's Cyan. Cool. It's right in range of the gateway, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a situation, Maynard. Some would say awkward right now.
The kids would say oof.
Oof.
And it's an
oh,
oof.
this is so cringe, Maynard.
Yeah, this is cringe. This
cringe
is
Terran cheese because they can't even win a macro game.
This is
oh my God.
this is a mood right here.
Well, if it stays there, right now Coffee is praying to the gods of SCV building movement RNG, and
wow.
They have blessed him.
I kind of feel like, I'm a Terran through and through, deep in my heart. But I feel bad for Protoss here.
I like that the probe's there, like, you gotta come out sometime, boy, and I'm waiting for you.
You can't stay in there forever.
Gold base behind it. Ooh, great. I don't know if he was planning to do this already, or it's a reaction to the barracks, but I love it because Coffee has to float that barracks home after 1 or 2 Reapers. I guess he could go crazy and build 3 from there, but you're going to see what he's doing. And definitely with this wall off, feels like a good position. Second SCV came across for the scout and maybe bunker?
I mean, a bunker can be fought pretty well by Cyan, I feel. Okay, he's going to go for the bunker block. I kind of like that, but...
yeah, he doesn't know about the gold base, though, surely.
No, but you got to wonder what's up here. Like, if the Protoss doesn't have multiple gateways in their main, and you see no Nexus, you're like, all right, where's everything else? Where's the other pylons at?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm with you on that one. You got to be wondering what is going on here. And Hellion is on the way, as well as more Reapers. Wouldn't it be funny if he just keeps building Reapers and Hellions? But no, the barracks does float home. Coffee, I think he wants to go for starport before expand behind this. I mean, the gold base is so vulnerable on this map. I feel like you get one Hellion back there, it's going to cause so many problems. And you don't have mobility to get behind those minerals. I guess as Cyan, you just put one Stalker behind the minerals and let the battery heal it up.
And Coffee does have some units up to the north side of the map here. With the probe of Cyan is way up at 12 o'clock. Coffee's got this SCV shift queued all over the map looking for a proxy of some kind. But he has not figured out that the gold base is actually the answer to his conundrum here.
Well, it's such a dangerous thing to do. I think he discounted it as a possibility, and now he's going to be like, "What? Are you for real, Cyan? This is crazy greedy, man."
Oh, he's going to get the Reaper out of there. Hellion hasn't even taken a shot just yet, so now the secret is out. Cyan has been discovered, and I like the Banshee. Banshee's coming out here. If he can get 2 of them out, going to start one-shotting probes. Shield battery be damned.
Oh yeah, Banshee's so good at abusing gold base builds. Robo and Twilight do go down for Cyan, so he will be able to get detection. Nonetheless, when your bases are this far spread apart, part of me wants to say, like, just go Hellion Banshee, play it like a Zerg vs Terran almost, How's he going to deal with Hellions darting into 2 different places at once, as well as Banshees? But it is more barracks behind this, and he did actually spot Cloak. Oh wow, that's great worker scouting for Cyan.
Yeah, very, very nice. Stargate a little bit too close to the wall in there. Reaper getting a confirmation of an extra gateway going down here by the gold base. Gas is being taken as well.
2 full bases mining this long with a gold up against a 1 base Terran.
Not great.
The Banshees need to kill at least 10 probes, I think. Otherwise, I feel like Cyan's just going to overwhelm him on the numbers.
Yeah. And I think that by the time the pair of Banshees is out, we're going to be really close to Blink, and there'll be an Observer already over there.
He's lost his Reapers and his Hellions. He's got nothing else on the unit right now. Oh, no units on the map, sorry. Coffee is not in a good position, man.
Cyan just took the other gold.
Oh, okay. So this is what we call ridiculous. I've seen so many players do this. It is honestly beyond risky. It is so unnecessary. You're already at double his income right now. Like, why do you need his gold base? This is just for style points, man.
Didn't SOS do this in like a GSL match? Pretty sure.
I can't quite remember.
Actually, it might have been Classic.
Nice did it in Game 5, I think it was, or Game 4 versus Spirit. I think it was Game 4 in that epic series they played in the open bracket of Katowice, the play-in stage. And Banshee's coming into the main base here, but Observer's ready.
He's so ready, man.
Good pullback. Good pullback.
Yeah, Banshees have just wasted a bunch of energy cloaking and then uncloaking.
This is all about defending the push. So like I said, that third on the gold, very silly. You absolutely, I think if you're going to take that, should only take it as a secret and just pull if it gets scouted. Like, I don't think building pylons and batteries there makes any sense. On the other hand, Coffee's scouting is very limited. As a player, is very, very concrete timing attack plans. He's scouting now with an SCV, and he's like, hey, what? You haven't taken a base, but the probe kind of acting like it's about to. Maybe selling a bit of a story there.
Mm-hmm. It might sell a good enough story for Coffee to, you know, not rest on his laurels, but think that he has a full image of the picture. Oh,
Charge is on the way.
Okay.
No, they are going to see it.
All right. I mean, he's got to get some probes here for sure. There's some stalkers, but oh my god.
Ooh, just in time to dodge the projectiles. Quick recall on the obs. Remember, Blink can get you over that mineral line there.
Or transferring probes. 3 probes there for Coffee, misses them though.
Yeah, 6 probes is still good though, and he's still building up to a very scary attack. No engineering bay for +1 attack. Coffee building depots ahead of time as well. This is the sort of scenario where a supply block would be so harmful to your push, but he is ready, he's well prepared, and as he hits the supply block, his depots finished. Beautiful play by Coffee here, and he's finally finding that damage, that gold base. The second one, like I said, a very unnecessary liability here. Cyan's only going Zealots against a mass Marine Marauder tank all in. If Coffee goes 4th and 5th barracks and waits for another 15 Marines, pushes at about 9 minutes, if he forces a fight at 9 minutes, even with the gold minerals, I feel like Cyan might struggle to deal with this army.
Yeah, gateway units are just not equipped to deal with this kind of unit comp from Terran, especially when they have comparable numbers. Unless, of course, you know, you attack where the army is not. Looks like Cyan setting up for a blink into the main base with Prism support. Some big charge lot warp in would spell disaster here for Coffee.
Oh my god, he's going to drop on the tanks! Oh, Zealots go onto the tank there. And it is only 1 tank exposed, but combat shields, or at least, sorry, concussive shells gets denied there. Not much bio out here to help defend, though. The Marauders move command into the Stalkers and die, and he tries to counter drop, but that is going to be dealt with.
Yeah, it seems like it. Another tank going to go down here, feeding the Protoss.
Okay.
The drop has not been dealt with, though.
That's definitely big. He could depower those gateways. His main base is being forfeited right now, though. It looks like the Stalkers haven't quite got in the mineral line, but they definitely could. This is getting chaotic over at the gold base as well. I don't even know what that is. The Banshee's coming back in. Oh my god, this game is getting crazy.
The Banshee's putting in work. 9 probes have gone down. Now the Marines getting their work in the main base, which has become a ghost town. Everything depowered except for 1 gateway. And it looks like even though Coffee lost a couple barracks, he lost the upgrade for concussive shells, he hasn't lost his main base. Cyan, different story though. he's losing probes everywhere to these Banshees, which are really paying for themselves. And Coffee's dropping the main, not handled anywhere near well enough for Cyan to be happy with this.
Coffee has handled that beautifully. So many players would have lost their Banshees during that, or they would have mishandled the drop, but Coffee just casually abandoned his main. He's now returning to mining there, and he's like, yep, okay, I survived. That was kind of scary, but you know what? I'm still building up a big army. I don't see any bases over there. You're not on that much of a bigger economy. Yes, you've got 4 bases right now, but you can't have that many probes. He's got to have a sense for the fact that his economy is competitive right now.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, he's got these gold bases, but he has lost a ton of workers, and the Terran army supply is getting big and scary. Cyan still, remaking, or not remaking, but making another Nexus there, the natural, trying to get his macro to that beast mode level that it was a few minutes back.
Coffee, get out of there, man.
Extension here from the Terran.
Yeah.
Warfield's actually helping him a bit.
He's pulled the SCVs.
He's pulled the boys.
Yeah, accidentally on a control group. That is a mistake, right? No, he's actually doing it on purpose. He doesn't have many SCVs mining at all right now. A crazy push from Coffee, but hey, it's gonna force Cyan to fight.
Certainly is. Might work out for him in the end. The SCVs serve their purpose to try and get rid of these zealots, which they do keep away from the bio. And now it is just bio tank pushing back the stalkers. The tanks need to be rotated forward here if Coffee wants to win this battle 100%.
And this is huge. This is huge. Even though you lose 15 SCVs, you deny the gold, and most importantly, you kept that Protoss army super small. Stalkers will go for a bit of a backstab, but the tank's doing so much damage.
Yeah, once again, Cyan desperately needs to get rid of these tanks, but at what cost? And unfortunately, it was a catch-22 situation. If he leaves the tanks there, he loses. If he brings in the stalkers, he loses. And he went for the pickoff, and unfortunately did not work out for him. Cyan's bleeding supply here, Pig. He's looking, just awful in most metrics that I can think of. Loses to observers as well. Salt in the wounds there for Cyan.
If you're up 2-0 in a best of 5, I don't mind a build order like this, but it just on a fundamental level was a massive overextension. Going for that gold base made perfect sense. The first one, seeing the barracks there and saying, hey, I've spotted it, I've walled it off, this barracks proxy can't do much, I'm going to take a gold. It was genius. The second gold, it was on every single level absolutely silly and unnecessary. That's a high risk reward play that you save for when you're way behind in a game and you need to gamble really hard. Cyan was way ahead and he just compromised his position so severely. He gave Coffee this opportunity. Coffee is not a man who's going to waste that opportunity.
He certainly isn't, and he is not afraid to pull the boys when needed. Every time he's done it, it's worked out for him so far, and he's TD